What is up, guys? Welcome back to Talking Ball. I'm your host, Seth, and this is your home for college sports. Let's get right into it. Well, guys, it is finally August. We got teams reporting to camp. Fall camp started in some places, but most camps start sometime this week. Uh, it's August, so we're gonna have football this month. So I'm excited. I know you're excited. Everybody's ready to get going. But we have some breaking news down or up in Iowa State as they lost their quarterback already, Hunter Dekkers, the 6'3", 200-pound junior who started last year all 12 games. He's not going to get to play probably at all this year. He's off the team right now. There's still legal matters and things like that. But he has been accused of betting on athletics events at Iowa State, a football game in 2021, which he didn't play in that game, but he was still on the team. And Iowa State beat Oklahoma State, the game that he betted on, and Iowa State won. They don't know for sure if he bet against his team or for his team. It'd be pretty bad for him to bet against, but I'd say most of them probably bet for the team, but I wouldn't know exactly. Matt Campbell is going to be in his 8th year at the school. He's 46-42 overall in Iowa State. He is 81-57 in 12 years as coach. He's coached at Toledo before he went to Iowa State. And this guy was a hot commodity for jobs, and he's decided to stick at Iowa State to stay there and build in Ames, Iowa. And last year they were 4-8. They were 1-8 in the Big 12, and they just lost their guy that they thought was going to be starting quarterback. They're looking for so they're going to have to turn to somebody else, and they're probably going to go with Rocco Beck. He is a 6'1" quarterback from Wesley Chapel, Florida. He's a redshirt freshman. He played in 3 games last year. He was 7 for 13 against TCU for 65 yards in their last game. He's played in games against Southeast Missouri and Ohio. So he got a little more experience than the other guys. They also have Tanner Hughes from Butte College in California. So he's from Chico, California. He's 6'5", and they also bring in a 4-star quarterback, J.J. Cole. He is 6'7", a big old guy. His dad actually played at Iowa State as a kicker in 95 through 98. So they got a couple guys or 3 quarterbacks that will try to be battling out in Ames with Matt Campbell and see if they can come up with a quarterback before the season. This perfect absolute worst time to lose who you thought was going to be your starter, which they did bring in other guys, but who knows how that's going to turn out. But we'll look at their schedule. In 2023, they start September 2nd against Northern Illinois. I have them winning that game. Then they got September 9th, they play Iowa. All right, and I don't see them beating Iowa. I think it just depends on the quarterback situation because they lost their starting. Now how does their quarterback play, and they're kind of scrambling around. I figure they're going to be scrambling around to see who plays, and Rocco Becht probably he has the most experience, but Tanner Hughes, or you might go with the true freshman, J.J. Cole. He was a 4-star quarterback, so consistent 4-star quarterback. So they play Iowa on September 9th. I have them losing. September 16th, they play at Ohio. So they go to the Ohio Bobcats and play them. I have them winning that game. Then they got Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, TCU, at Cincinnati, at Baylor, Kansas, at BYU, Texas, and at Kansas State. And that's a rough schedule for a team pretty much without their starting quarterback. They already lost their starting quarterback before they even did fall camp. He's not going to practice in fall camp. Now, could he come back? It'll depend on. I don't see it happening with they know he tried to use his parents as a way to get away with it. He was underage. He was under 21 when he was placing bets, and he was placing bets on DraftKings. He placed 366 bets for a little under $3,000, $2,799. So that's a pretty big deal, and uh, he could get kicked out where he's not playing college or at Iowa State. So they play. I have them losing to Oklahoma State September 23rd. Then they go to Norman, Oklahoma, and play the Sooners on September 30th. I have them losing that game. Then they got at home against TCU on October 7th. I have them losing. Then at Cincinnati. Now that one might be a close game. You know, it's at Cincinnati. I'm going with the Bearcats in that one on October 14th. Then they have a bye week. Probably at this time a much needed bye week. Then they got on October 28th, right before Halloween. They go to Baylor and play the Baylor Bears. I have them losing at Baylor. Now then on November 4th, they play at home against Kansas. I have them winning over the Kansas Jayhawks, which that's not guaranteed at all, especially I figure by this time we'll figure out who their quarterback's gonna be. You know, they when you ain't got a quarter, you're gonna have to rely on the running. But which I'm sure they want to use some new wide receivers that they got, Jaden Higgins from Eastern Washington, but there's no guarantee that they'll be able to get him the football, but we'll see how it plays out and things. But I have them beating Kansas on November 4th. Now then they play at BYU. Like pretty much the games that maybe they could take if they were at home. Maybe they could. I'd give them more of a shot, really. But they're at BYU, and I have BYU winning that game. Then they're at home against Texas, November 18th. I have Texas winning that game, which I'm sure they'll play pretty hard in that game. November 25th at Kansas State. Now, I went back and forth, but again, it's at Kansas State. Manhattan, Kansas. November 25th, and I have them losing. So I have them going 3-9 on the season. Okay? 3-9. Winning one game in the Big 12 over Kansas. But we will see how it plays out. I know Matt Campbell is a really good coach, but he's been more on trending down. Um, or last year was a trending down with 4 wins. We'll see though. You know, you can't really count him out because he's a really good coach. I mean, this guy was a lot of teams were going after him to be their head coach, and he stuck it in Ames, Iowa. I we'll see how it plays out, but him and I don't see him losing his job. He stuck it out to them, no matter what. But it is kind of this isn't the first thing gambling at Iowa State that there's a wrestler, a freshman wrestler. He bet over $40,000 of bets, and a couple more players get Iowa State's. I mean, what's the deal in Iowa? Like, all they doing is just betting on Iowa State games, and Iowa. It's just crazy. Um, but and these are underage, or most of them. I mean, Dekker was underage when he placed these bets, so it was illegal for him to do that. Now, as far as the season, 3-7 or 3-9 is what I have them. The Cyclones. So we'll see what happens though. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the program, please subscribe, like, and comment. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.